Hello and welcome back to the League of Europe channel. Back for F2, round 6 at Austria. No, I am not RJ. I do not have a Scottish accent, and I'm glad to say I'm joined by another person that doesn't have a Scottish accent. It's Old School 3000. How you doing, man?
Well, just like RJ, I claim a country that I'm not really from because he's actually got he's got a Brummie accent. So
Yeah,
and I'm your regular sounding Irishman, of course. So
yeah. You just cover absolutely everything, all
I'm
bases.
I'm straight out of Galway from this accent, as everyone knows.
But yeah, we're just back now for F2, where Nathan has absolutely been dominating this season. He leads the championship at the moment with a whopping 210 points. Campbell, the nearest competitor, 52 points behind, or 54 points, sorry, behind on 156. And then he had Verstappen on 152, Larkin on 130, Rocco 121, Toxic, who's not racing tonight, on 101, Morgan on 86, Lars on 64, sorry. Then you have Aizen on 61 and Dari on 61, rounding out the top 10. If you're new to F2 and you've never seen it in LOE before, it is a one-shot qualifying followed by a 25% feature race, or sorry, a 50% feature race and a sprint race. So we'll have one-shot qualifying happening in a moment. Oh, has the stream died? No, I think we're good. Yeah, well, we're about to start off in qualifying. I'm going to get on board with Nathan, the man who has taken the most wins this season. I think he's taken every feature race win this season bar China, so he's been absolutely dominating the F2 scene as he goes through turn 1. Very tricky in these cars. I've heard from the guys they're struggling a lot on rear locking. I don't think Nathan's going to have any issues with that, as he's an ABS user, so he will not have any issues heading up to tricky turn number 3. Doesn't want to take any inside curb of that yellow curb, as it will unsettle the car. Only in P4 at the moment, so he's not having the greatest of laps so far. Is the championship leader. I'll get the rest of the deltas up for use. But yeah, everyone going onto a set of soft tyres and now down into the tricky braking zone of 4. And then you don't want to go too wide on that track, on the curb, as it will invalidate you or you lose back end. Now through the heart of the middle sector, through 5. So much understeer in these F2 cars. You got to take an age to get back on the power, and then 6. He's purple through the middle sector, so he's found a lot of time in that middle section. He's now up into a net 3rd position. So here we go now. This is where you make or break your lap. The 2 final corner, you got to commit 100%, otherwise you're going to invalidate if you don't fully go for it. Now 1 more corner to go. How's he going to approach it? He takes a very nice entry. It's not going to be pole for the championship leader. He's only going to manage 3rd place. It's a 13-3. Oh wait, he did get pole. Wow, okay. 13-3. That came out of nowhere.
He's lagged his way to pole.
We want to get that checked. I think that's desync, to be honest. We might want to do a lobby restart, because he was 4th and 3rd for the whole session, but he's managed to pip pole position. He will be starting on pole from the feature. That was close between him and Campbell. Wow. Then you have Larkin in 3rd, Rocco in 4th. Very close between the top 4, only 2 tenths separate. And then you have the likes of Verstappen. Zydeman having a good qualifying up in P6. And then you have Farrell Furry, XL Tin Can. Cali, I haven't seen him in a while. There he is in P9. You got Wooter in P10, Dari in 11th, Aizen in 12th, Jordan in 13th, Morgan in 14th, Dirtim in 15th, Ibo 16th, and Lars, Alex, and James Head, who is racing, not commentating. His racing obviously isn't better than his commentating, as he's starting last here tonight.
Yeah, the pay driver of D2, as F2 as I call him. It's like that rich Russian or Chinese lad that's managed to work his way into the seat.
Oh,
can work out why.
Got a rich daddy. God, he must have Jordan's DM nude or something. I can't say that. He must have something on Jordan anyway. I should not have said that. He has something on Jordan anyway. They've managed to wiggle himself a full-time seat and not to be commentating. Yeah, we'll wait now to see what the guys do. All strategy. Also with F2 races, you cannot pit before the first 3 laps. It does not count as a pit stop. So if you pit before lap 3, you'll have to pit again later on in the race, and you cannot pit under the VSC as well. It does not count as a pit stop. So if you did pit under the VSC, you will have to pit again. Just a couple of things if you are new to the F2 scene. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what tyres people elect to. I'd probably say the top 10 probably mediums. Would you say?
I guess people will reverse
Oh,
Oh
oh,
wow.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, F2 is. Sorry, I forgot F2. You can go on any tire you want. Oops.
I think there's only softs and hards available on this one
Yeah.
though, because I don't think they have the mediums. But yeah, this is interesting because you want to go. It's tough because what's really interesting though is Farrell, Fury, Ruta, Eisen, Jordan, and obviously the guys in the back five. Probably not so much the guys in the back five, no disrespect to them, but everyone from Jordan above could very easily, with a good time safety car, put themselves in a spectacular position, whereas the others will have to stay out. So, as the pay driver gets,
Yeah, I think Farrell Furry is going to be one to watch out on this start of the race on those soft tires. He's definitely going to be able to get much more temperature and just overall grip on those soft tires compared to the hards, which are going to take at least a lap or two to get up to speed. That tells me the softs are not a great race tire here for so many drivers are electing for the hards, or maybe we're going to have rain in the race, I don't know, but it'd be interesting to see how they all get on. But yeah, a lot of drivers, especially the guys near the front, have all gone on for a set of soft tires. Only two drivers in the top 10, or sorry, hard tires, only two drivers in the top 10 going on for a set of soft tires. So that's going to be an interesting watch. May see if guys from the back, like you said, come through on those fresh, or not fresh, just overall better grip soft tires. But who do you reckon as a top three, Mark? Who are you going to back for this race?
I'm gonna go top three without Nathan. Larkin to win. I'm gonna say Farrell Fury to come second and Zwadema to come third. Let's just be a bit weird. Let's be a bit different.
Let's see what happens. I'm sure we're going to have a bit of carnage here at Austria now as we wait for the drivers to line up on the grid and we will get racing. Now, I think we're just waiting for everyone to get in, and here we go now with the 5 red lights. Better come on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away they go. They got held for a very long time, so that's not going to give them any fares. And Nathan gets a great start there. I think Campbell struggled a little bit off the line. He's lost at least one position, 2 positions now to Rocco. So he's dropped down to P4. Has the University OC driver yellow flags in the background. I think that is Ibo. We have on board now with Campbell as he's going to have a look to try and get past back ahead of Rocco and move himself back up into the bottom. He goes very late on the brakes and here going into the back of Larkin. He gives Rocco a little bit of a squeeze there, but he's going to be able to go side by side with with Rocco now down into turn 4. He's going to have the inside line, so this should be his corner now. Rocco can surely not hang around the outside, especially in an F2 car, as Ralph Hurry's already made a couple of positions. He's very interested behind Rocco and Campbell as they're still side by side. Let's see on board with Ralph Hurry now. He's going to have the best seat in the house. He's still looking to see if the guys make any mistakes. Campbell goes a little bit wide. That's giving him a great chance. Oh, Rocco squeezes him off, and Ralph Hurry's going to have both of them, is he? Yes, he is, and that's great opportunistic driving by the Carlin driver, and he's up into third, and he's made a good few positions on the start of this race.
Absolutely. My prediction's looking good for first and second if we exclude the guy who's probably just he's desynced out in front. He's not actually there. And, Ruta has not been able to do the same on those soft tyres.
Oh, Campbell's lost out of the final corner. Sorry to cut across here, but Campbell's lost it. And Callie's up into 6th as well. So those soft runners, I know Callie's not on the softs, but those soft runners have made a lot of gains at the start of this race as Verstappen has been overtaken by, I think Rocco's been overtaken by Verstappen, sorry. I think there's just a bit of ghosting or the timing's glitched, you know how it goes. And then Zeideman now on the back of Campbell and Wouter on those soft tyres. Campbell has not had a good start. He's already down to 8 after starting 3rd, and no, he's not going to be able to get the move done, so it's going to be as they were, as we have more moves in the background. I think got Aizen and Dari going side by side, and Aizen is now up into 11. So yeah, everyone on those soft tyres are making good moves at the start of this race.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Tin Can is struggling a little bit at the back, but the rest of these guys coming through the soft runners, and Tin Can needs to make sure he doesn't get himself a bit disconnected from this field. It's crucial for him.
Yeah, and I've just seen Jordan in the chat saying we have a wet race. Oh, who's round? Morgan. Oh, no, he's had a good start. He was up in there top 10, so that's not good for him. But Nathan's absolutely checked out here. Gap 1.5 seconds as well. And Jordan was saying there is rain on the way, so there is going to be rain this race. That's probably why so many drivers have elected for those soft tyres. But here comes Witter now all over the back of Campbell on those soft tyres. Campbell's having not the greatest of a couple of first laps. He's really struggling in those hard tyres. And then Witter's going to have the DRS now, so he's going to be able to have a great chance to get past Campbell. But Campbell also has DRS on Cali, and Cali also has DRS on Verstappen, so it's a bit of a DRS train going on here. As Verstappen up ahead is also going for the move on Rocco into turn 3. He's not able to get it done. And on the background we have Cali now going for Campbell. So Campbell is not having a great race here. Or, sorry, Campbell is having the move on Cali. Cali's defending the inside line now into turn 4. Not a great camera angle the game's giving me there, but they're going to go. Campbell's going to hold it around the outside. He's going to get the move done. He's still side by side, so Cali's going to have to give him the space, but Campbell's going to have the inside line. And you would think this would be his corner now, as Cali will just have to pick up a lot of unders there. Yes, he does. We're looking in behind, but I think he's not going to get the move done at the moment. But yeah, frantic start for the guys on the hards. They're really struggling to get temperature in those tyres.
Yeah, so Damon having a bit of a moment, and he's now locked in a battle with Eisen, but he does get back round. This was playing into his hands, this battling, but now he's dropped back way, and I don't think any battling is going to help him. As Wuta now down the inside of Kelly gets it stuck, I believe he does, and he's going to have that DRS, but Kelly's got the run on him.
Yeah, I wonder if Kelly can get back ahead of Witter's also in the DRS of Campbell as well. So the DRS train is starting to form behind Verstappen, who's stuck behind Rocco, and Rocco's lost a bit of touch to the guys ahead. As far as Ferrari's getting ahead of Campbell or of Larkin as well, and then in the background of course we have Verstappen and Rocco going out as well, so a bit of synchronising, overtaking down into 4. We'll get back on board with Larkin, who's going for the move on Farrell Ferrari once again. He's going to go a long way around turn 4. Neither of them getting DRS, interesting, and they're still side by side behind as well, as Verstappen goes down the inside of Rocco. Can he get the move done? He's going to give Rocco a bit of a squeeze. Oh, they're out. Ooh.
That was very Albon Hamilton-esque.
Safety car.
Right, what do you do?
I wouldn't pit. On the softs, I pit. I think,
isn't it?
Yeah, I think you got to pit. If I'm Farrell Ferrari, though, I don't think I pit, to be honest, actually. If I'm Farrell Ferrari, I don't pit. Not in that position. As Jordan gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Ooh, that's not going to do him any favours. No, Farrell Ferrari stays out. Wilter stays out.
I don't know how long this rain's going to last. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's getting a bit cloudier.
Yeah, it is. But they're all electing to stay out. That is interesting.
Okay, Rocco pits. Oh, Rocco will pit.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, it's from wings.
A couple of guys at the back have come into pits as well. So, yeah, that was an interesting one. They just seem to get stuck together. I think, yeah, like you said, a bit of an Albon Hamilton from a couple of years back, but yeah, that's heartbreak for Verstappen. So he'll start last in the sprint race. As I thought Larkin got overtaken by Campbell there for a second, but no. For Ferrari, I would watch out for him on this safety car restart, because his tyres are going to be so up to temperature compared to Nathan, and we've seen how many moves Ferrari's already made, in this race. So keep an eye on Ferrari when we get racing again, because Nathan is going to struggle on those hard tyres, which we saw the likes of Campbell really struggle. He's managed to get himself back up into P4, but he dropped down all the way to 8 on that opening couple of laps. So those hard tyres are definitely very difficult to get some temperature into them, and this safety car won't do Nathan any favours after pulling such a big gap.
No, absolutely, and just a big shout out to some of the big movers. We've obviously got Farrell Fury up there in Ruta, but also the man who I labelled a pay driver is the most successful mover up to 13th place, James Head. So he's having a whale of a time out there, so he'll be enjoying it.
Yeah, he's proven you wrong, proven that maybe he can drive and just commentate. Yeah, it's getting very dark.
Can I just say, in a lap, it's got very, very dark. And I'm wondering, we might have another lap here. Depends on how quick Alex gets round. Maybe not, I don't know. But if we do have another lap, that could be interesting. That might be enough time to. But the problem is, there's no inters available, is there?
No.
In F2.
No. They'll have to go straight onto the wet. But yeah, it is getting very overcast, and the clouds are starting to come in, and it's looking very, very dull here at Austria. But like you said, another lap one for safety car, and that could make things very interesting as well. Because the longer the safety car comes out, the more rain we're going to have as well. So it's going to be interesting for these guys. That's probably why the people, no one decided to pit. They knew the rain was coming very shortly indeed. So I think we're about a lap or two away, maybe 2 or 3 laps away from a bit of rain. That's going to spice things up, especially the people, the teammates that are close together. They're going to have to double stack, and an F2, a double stack here is incredibly long. A normal pit stop's about 10 seconds long, I think. And if you're having to double stack, that's basically your race over. It's bad enough in F1, let alone in F2. So a couple of guys got to keep an eye on that. They want to make... we have rain. There's the rain. It's raining.
Wow. So the guys at the back, they don't really have an advantage. I was going to say, well, it depends on what people do.
Safety car's going to stay out. I would pit. I would pit because safety car's staying out another lap. And I think Nathan is doing that. No, he's not. Is he pitting? No, he's not. I would pit. If I'm at the back, especially, I'm pitting because the safety car is staying out for another lap. So by the time you catch back up to the safety car, it's probably gonna be wet enough. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a good. That's a good call. I think that's gonna be interesting to see. Keep an eye on those guys. Is Ivo? Go on, Ivo. Pit Ivo. It's risky because it's risky because it's not coming down heavy, but they've made the safety car go out even another lap. So I think it's worth the risk. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly this rain comes down, and have these guys played an absolute masterclass. We'll have to wait and see in the next couple of laps. But the rain isn't coming down heavy enough, I don't think, for the moment. But in a lap or two, it could work out, and they could have saved themselves a pit stop, and that's going to make it very interesting when it comes to the rest of the guys pitting that haven't pitted yet.
They're not going to catch by the time that safety car gets round to the sector 2 split.
No, it might stay out another lap.
It might. I think if there's one straggler, it sometimes carries on, but I think if there's any more than 1 or 2, I don't know exactly how it works, but it tends to stay out. I think it... Oh no, well there you go.
Oh, there we go.
That's the meet up. If I'm Nathan, I'm going early, because I don't want those guys to catch on to the back.
Definitely. I want to have a quick on board with the guys on the wet at the moment. They don't seem to be struggling too much, but I don't think it's wet enough at the moment, so it's going to be very interesting. Well, yeah, like you said, with Nathan, I'm going straight away. I'm not letting the guys on the wet tyres get anywhere near me within the pit stop of me. So let's see when the high-tech driver goes. He's still weaving about. He's waiting. He's probably going to go around at the final corner. Has he gone yet? No, he's still weaving. Trying to get temperature into those hard tyres. As Whitwor's into the pits. So a couple of guys into the pits, and Nathan goes. And Farrell Ferry's been able to stick with him, but a couple of guys have come into the pits. A lot of guys came into the pits there, and they're all going to go into the wet tyres as Alex has spun in sector 2, or he's had a moment in sector 2. Yellow flags briefly, they've disappeared now. But let's see, can Farrell Ferry get ahead of Nathan before the pit stops? Be great for him, put him in a net race lead. So let's see, up into turn 3. Of course, no DRS yet. You have to wait 2 laps after safety car to DRS, but we might not even have that for the rest of the race now. As the rain is pouring down, Nathan goes a bit deep into 3, but it's not too shabby. He's going to have a decent enough run. I want to look out for Larkin as well. Larkin's a bit closer to Farrell Ferry than Farrell Ferry is to Nathan, but the wet runners aren't really making any inroads. And looking at Dari, he's right up behind James Head. I think it's right at the crossover point now, because Dari's catching a little bit on James Head. So those guys on the wet tires are playing an absolute masterstroke here, and I would expect a lot of these guys to come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Yeah, you've got to say Tin Can's the favourite for the win right now, because all he has to do is just stick behind Dari. Because these guys, they don't have to make time on these guys ahead, because the pit stop times at F2 are hilariously
They're all coming in. So where is Tin Can gonna come out in all of this? Or Dari even? He will be the net lead driver on track at least. And look how much they're struggling out that second last corner. Guys on the dry tyres going so. A couple guys staying out. So that's very interesting. I think Morgan doesn't want to get stacked behind. I think he's teammates with Nathan, so I don't think he wants to get stuck behind, as we have Azing going down and Zoidema and Morgan all battling at the front. They're all, Zoidema getting all out of shape at 1. They are really struggling in these conditions right now, so I would be shocked if they didn't pit, as Azing is going to have a look down the inside of Zoidema. He's not going to be close enough. Zoidema gives him the space in the middle of the contact, but look how much they're struggling on traction. There's absolutely nothing for them, and no DRS still. DRS hasn't been enabled. Well, I don't know if it's been disabled. It never came up saying it didn't been disabled, so it might still be enabled. Ooh, B Morgan going to try and go around the outside of 4? Surely not in these conditions. He's not going to be able to do that. No, he's not. And Zynomat still hangs on. Where's the... Oh, Tinkan's coming out of nowhere. Is he going to be able to hold it around the outside of 5? I don't think so. It's going to get boxed in by Aizen, but look how much pace he has. Look how much grip he has. Yeah, he's boxed in there, so he's going to have to hold on. But he did get past Dari, so that's important for him. Look how slow the guys on the soft tyres and the hards are. This is crazy. They're losing so much time staying out this extra lap. So unnecessary as Tinkan gets past Morgan. These two guys are going to come into the pits. So that's going to be Tinkan up into the net race lead. And where is Nathan and all this? Oh no!
Ooh, knew it. I was saying be careful. Oh my god, they've gone too wide. I just thought, please be careful, Tinkan, because these guys are going to just understeer out, and it happened, and I saw some wing come off.
I don't think it was his. He looks like he's intact at the moment, at least. No visible damage anyway. Might have been off Zydam, I think.
Yeah, Zydam looks fine as well, curiously so. I don't know if it was some side pod damage or something, but hopefully not. He seems to be gapping Darius. We have someone round. That is James Head.
James Head. So the paid driver not enjoying the wet conditions. When there's a bit of skill involved, he's starting to struggle. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the James slander. I've been getting a lot of slander off him the last couple of weeks, so it's nice to give some back. And he can't say anything about it as Lars is having a look on Larkin. Nathan's lost out massively in this. He was leading the race. He's now down, in P5. And Campbell's also got ahead of Farrell Furry for during the pit stop, so which would have been a net P2, but it's P6 on the road at the moment. But yeah, Tinkan's checked out at the moment. He's 2 seconds clear of Darius. We have some battles in the background. I think Aizen and Morgan are going side by side down into 4. Morgan's going to get the move done, is he? Yes, he is on his teammate. No, he's not. They're not teammates. No, they're not. Never mind. It's very hard to tell with these bloody F2 cars. They all have different liveries. Depending on their academy teams. So as we have moves at the front, Nathan and Wouter. Nathan up into P5 getting the move done, and Wouter just seems to be struggling a little bit on traction, but he's got 10 seconds to make in 9 laps. I don't think he can do it, and no chance. It's going to be a hell of a drive by Nathan if he can win this race.
I think he's going to get a podium. I feel like someone's got a mistake in them, but it's going to take a hell of a drive, and it's a time attack for him now. It's time trial. He just needs to win as many laps as possible.
Yeah, most definitely, because he has no time to waste. As I think Larkin is now on the back of Farrell Furry. He doesn't seem to be enjoying the wet conditions as much as he was in the dry. He seemed to have great pace in the wet, but he's dropped off massively here in the wet. Sorry, he's already 1.7 seconds off Campbell. I don't know if he has damage or anything. I don't think he does. No, it doesn't look. No, he doesn't have any damage. So he's just struggling on an outright pace at the moment. And Larkin, we all know how good Larkin is in the wet, so he's going to be really enjoying these conditions. He's going to try and get himself up the field, and I think it's only a matter of time before he gets past Farrell Furry. Look how close he is already. You see the Carlin car squirming on traction, just doesn't have any grip as they go through around turn number 6 and then into 7 or 8, even 7 and now 8. Here we go into 8. A lot of corners that aren't even corners here. Wuro picks up a time, but that's 3 second penalty, and Farrell Furry gets all out of shape on the traction once again, and that's Larkin up into 7. So I think Larkin's the one that's going to make moves here, as Nathan's gained about 6, 7 tenths this lap on Tinkan. That's not really enough if he wants to win this race, as we have another spinner in the background. I think that is Alex gone round. Is it? No, it's not. I think he must have. Yibbo, okay. Yeah, but just brief yellow flags and we're back racing again. Not many close battles at the moment. A lot of guys separated by about a second and a half. So the wet track tends to bring less racing, and I'm just probably going to be more mistakes if anything. That's how the moves are going to be done here, I reckon. Not on the track but by mistakes, as Nathan's really putting the hammer down. 8.4 seconds. So keep an eye on that gap. But yeah, Farrell Furry's, once he's got overtaken by Larkin, he's been able to stick with him a little bit, but he just seems to be struggling so much on the traction, which I think a lot of drivers will be. And it's just a matter of keeping it on the road and hoping that a few drivers make a mistake, as Callie's on the back of Lars, but he's not going to be able to make a move at the moment. But yeah, a bit of a lull in the action at the moment, but I'm sure in the next couple of laps when the gaps start to close up again, we'll see some more battling.
I think the interesting thing here is that Farrell Furry obviously is not very confident in the wet, but he's got a massive incentive to stay ahead of Lars and in front of Callie, because he will get that reverse grid pole if he can. So that's another little battle that's going to kind of unfold, and Lars seems to have just that little bit of a pace advantage on him compared, and also Callie as well. So that's the one that's kind of shaping up nicely. Is Nathan is doing very well on his time attack.
He
He's
is,
doing incredibly well.
he is flying. It's gonna be. It depends if he can get past Rocco. I think he's gonna catch Rocco by. Oh, sorry, he's not even. How far behind is he out of the leader? So I have it on the wrong. He is 13.2 seconds behind the leader. So he's not catching Benj or Tinkat. So it's all eyes on catching Rocco, which is 7.3. So he is catching an awful lot on Rocco. So these guys have no love lost. They've had a crash a couple of weeks ago in Bahrain. Great friends off track, but on track they seem to crash a few times, more than once. So be interested to see if that happens again and how that would go down in the steer's room. I think Rocco got handed a pretty hefty one a couple of weeks ago in Bahrain, so they'd be looking to avoid an incident like that for the moment. But QVR Campbell is now catching up to the back of Wouter, who has a 3-second time out, so Campbell doesn't really have to overtake if he wants to get this P5, and that's probably going to be the best he's going to get this race, unless he has better pace than Nathan, which I don't think is possible. I think Nathan's the quickest driver on the track right now. He's really putting the hammer down. I think he's got a podium every race he's done so far in F2, so that's on the line for him tonight. He's in P4 at the moment, so he's got to get a move on if he wants to keep that 100% record going. It's a bit like 2014 Mercedes dominance that he has in F2 at the moment, with no Toxic, who of course was doing that before. We have Lark, who's spun there,
James.
I think. James, sorry, lap car. He has the same colour as Larkin, but yeah, it's just James. Another spin for the commentator. Maybe we should stick to commentating instead of racing. But I think Campbell and Wouter are the closest battle at the moment as Durkin picks up a penalty. Just time penalty starting to come in now, but I think it's a matter of laps before Campbell gets the move done. It's quite difficult without DRS, but he's going to have slipstream up the hill into turn 3. Will he have a look? He's gaining. Is he going to be close enough to have a look? I think he is. He's going to go for it down the inside. Wouter doesn't really defend it. He's going to try and hold the outside line. He's going to go deep. That's a bit Verstappen Leclerc-esque from a few years ago. And he gets the move done. I think Wouter just had to give that up. He just got squeezed so much that he couldn't get the traction down.
I think what's interesting about this is F2. Just do us all a favour. I'm looking at you, James. Don't bin it. Don't make an SC come out, because we might be about to see an opportunity of Nathan not getting a podium, although he is in a very good chance because Rocco's on the back of Dari and Dari has a pen. But Nathan...
Ooh, that's big. That is big. I think Dari does have a penalty as well, but Rocco doesn't. So if Dari kept ahead of Nathan and Rocco stayed ahead as well, then Nathan would not get a podium this race. And Nathan's all about the records. He'll be absolutely devastated if he doesn't get a podium here. His gap is 5.4 with 5 laps to go. As Jay said, picks up a 5-second time penalty and retires. He's not had the greatest of races. He'll be hoping that sprint race goes a little bit better. But Rocco's trying to get the move done on Dari. He just seems so much quicker than the driver ahead, but he can't get ahead. Larkin also picks up a 3-second point. So the time penalty starting to come in as Callie is now on the back of Lars out of turn 1. He's going to have a run up into 4 and try and get ahead of the Carlin driver. He's going to just have to do it on pure slipstream, the old-fashioned way. Lars defends the inside line, so Callie's going to go try around the long way around. Excuse me. He's going to get the switchback line as Lars goes a bit deep. Callie's going to get the traction down, get the car to straight line, get the power down, and that's going to be him up into P9. I don't think Lars is going to have anything to say about that. He's going to try and hold it around turn 4. No, he's going to maybe send it down inside turn 4. That's a lunge as Callie goes for a switchback once again. He's going to get the move done back or get on the Carlin driver at turn 4. I don't think Lars has given that one up, and that's Callie up into P9.
And he's going to try and chase down Farrell Fury. That battling has helped Farrell Fury hugely to keep the reverse grid pole, as Farrell Fury will pick up a warning for doing that. And that's going to create more problems for him. But he looks like he's got enough pace to stay ahead. There's time's running out realistically, and that's definitely what Nathan's going to be feeling.
Yeah, I don't think Nathan has enough laps, to be honest, unless something happens between Dari and Rocco. And now on Rocco, he's quite conservative in his racing. He'd probably be happy enough to stick behind Dari and just take home P2 after penalties if he doesn't feel like Nathan is close enough. Nathan seems to be gaining decently through the first 2 sectors. Last sector doesn't seem to be gaining as much, so just keep an eye on that split. It's down to 3.6 now, so it's got to be close. I think at this pace Nathan might be thereabouts come the last lap, but overtaking we've seen has been quite difficult for the drivers, especially since DRS has been disabled and the rain has started to come down. It's been quite just drivers stuck together, as Rocco's going to have a great run on Dari here down into turn number 6. Is he going to go down the inside? Yes, he is. Darry's going to try and hold it round the outside, but I don't think he's going to have the grip and the momentum. No, he's not. And that's going to be Rocco up into second place, and he's freed from Darry. So now the battle for Nathan as we have another yellow flag. Who's that? That's Larkin. Wow, Larkin's dropped it, and he's lost a chunk of his wing, and that's a rare mistake from Larkin in the wet. We don't see that too often.
No, we don't. And what that does is promote Callie up into the reverse sprint hole. And one thing that I'm thinking here is I'm very surprised that you did the Irish WS, the AWS. You predicted the last lap confrontation according to where we are in Rocco. Right now, this is gloves are off because Nathan, I don't think, has finished. At least he's finished second in one of the races in the sprint and feature. So his worst result is two seconds from this. So he will be sniffing this out now. Oh, as we get some desync there from Nathan.
Yeah.
I'm hoping his connection stays stable because we're in for a bit of a blockbuster finish here potentially.
Yeah, AWS is never wrong, lad. It's never wrong. We know. I might have been just a bit too ambitious for saying last lap. I think it's going to be. He's right on the back of these guys now. So the next lap or two, he's going to have a great chance of overtaking these guys. So yeah, like you said, Nathan, he's only finished no lower than second in the feature race. So he wants to at least get on that podium and keep that streak going. As he's right there, he's lagging a little bit at the moment. So hopefully, that can be sorted itself out soon enough. We know he has internet issues sometimes, or a lot of times, but yeah, he's all over the back of look how much more momentum he can carry through the high speed corners compared to Darry at the moment. And Rocco, since overtaking Darry, hasn't really pulled away. He seems to be struggling a little bit more. Him and Darry, they were the ones that gambled under safety car to pit for the wet tyres, so maybe they're feeling a bit of the wear from when the track wasn't fully wet and it was still the dry line, and maybe the tyres just wear out a little bit more. But here is Nathan now. I think Darry might have a go on Rocco as well. Rocco weaving a little bit, trying to break the slipstream. Not strong enough now for Darry down into 3, so he's going to have to wait. But Nathan, he might have, if he can just set it up, this is what he's doing. He's trying to get the best momentum out of turn number 3, and that's what he's done there. And he's going to have to run on Darry maybe, as Darry gets a bit out of shape, and that's going to let Nathan through. So that's an easy move for Nathan to make. It's still Darry is going to hold himself in there, but I don't think he's going to be able to get. Nope, he's going to back off, and Nathan's corner for turn 4. Now it's Nathan v Rocco, and this is I think this is going to be fireworks, to be honest. These guys have no love lost on track. Like I said, a couple of incidents already this season, so don't rule out. Look how much more momentum Nathan can carry through the high speed corners. He just seems to have so much more confidence on the brakes, but he's not going to be able to overtake Rocco through here. Does Rocco have damage maybe? I'm not too sure. He just doesn't seem to have a lot of pace at the moment, as Nathan is literally pushing him around the track. I don't think he's going to be able to go for a move around turn 9. Surely not. That'd be very silly of the championship leader. Oh, he hits the back of him. Oh, careful, boys. Yeah, here's Darry.
I was going to say, I feel like Darry's best chance of second is staying in 4th. No, Darry, just stay away from it. Let Nathan go, and you might have a shot. Has Nathan got damage?
I wouldn't be surprised. That was a pretty hefty hit that he gave Rocco there. I think he got away with it. He's all over the back of Darry again. I haven't seen his front wing, but I don't think he has damage. No, he doesn't. So he's going to try and go back down the inside of Darry into turn number 3. I know there's going to be a lot of jokes about how I'm saying 3 tonight. It is absolutely horrible. It has to be Austria. The most times I'm going to say that number, but nonetheless, Nathan gets the move done. Now, time for round 2 between him and Rocco. It's probably going to be a last lap showdown, so the elbows are definitely going to get out. I might even see a Verstappen Hamilton. Won't be surprised, as I think Alex has had another spin. He's not really enjoyed the wet conditions, but look how much quicker Nathan is in these wet conditions.
Absolutely phenomenal as he goes around the outside. He can't get it stuck, I don't think. He's going to get run out. He got that is there was a pen given for that once in F1.
Perez and Leclerc, wasn't it?
It was. I don't think it was a pen personally.
No, neither do I. He's not going to go for it. Is he down into turn 9? Yes, he is. Oh, he gets on the curb. And Darry is licking his lips right now. He's going, all right, boys, you keep this up. I will gladly take out. I'll gladly use to take each other out, and I'll drive on by. But this is going to get very, very tasty between the 3 of these here. Darry's just holding back. He's just holding back.
By the way, what this has done, and we've completely missed this, is that Campbell is now net second.
Wow, he is. Wow. He come out of nowhere and here comes Nathan. Is he going to try and go around the outside of turn 3? No, he's not. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's going to do it. He's not going to get it though. Rocco's going to squeeze him out and he's going to have to try and get it into turn 4. That's probably going to be his best opportunity to get the move done. It's not for second place.
Podium.
Yeah, this is
the podium.
He's going to have to send it. He has to send it. He's going to send it down the inside. Oh, he's laying on the brakes. Oh, he spun. No, that's not. Oh, no, Darry's hit him. And Darry's hit got damage. And Campbell's been stuck up. That might have just given Rocco the podium, you know? That might have just given Rocco a podium.
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Nathan is going to be absolutely livid. And Campbell's now all over the back of Darry.
He knows. He knows he wants that second place, but I don't think he's going to get it. Oh, no. Oh, my God. They're all on the limit right now, but I think he's going to get third place. He's not going to have enough to get second, so that's going to might give Rocco second place, but the stewards might want to have a look at that. I don't think it was too bad. I think Nathan just outbroke himself there personally and just went into the side of Rocco. And look at the run Campbell got there. He's going to get Darry on the line up into P3. So we didn't have much drama, but when it came in. Wow, it came in. And that's the championship leader's first ever, well, not first ever, first time this season not getting on the podium in the feature race.
And Vadema has somehow wound himself up in 8th. We must have missed some. We must have missed Callie having a mistake. Because Callie has gone all the way down to 11th and missed out on that 8th place, which he was very much cemented in. So there's some drama that I think we missed at the back there.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think Callie did have a spin. I seen yellow flags pop up on the screen, so I think he must have had a spin as we were looking at the battle for the podium with Nathan and Rocco. But yeah, those two guys are in parties together, so I think that would be a very interesting party to be in. I wouldn't mind being a fly in that party at the moment, listening to what's being said, because I don't think Nathan would be too happy about it. But I don't think Rocco did anything wrong personally. I just think he lost it a bit. Oh, sorry, Nathan just went a bit deep into the corner and that just hit the side of Rocco, and the way the contact is on this game, it's going to spin you around. So after all that, Tin Can takes a dominant win.
That was quite something, to be fair. I was not anticipating Campbell getting on that podium. He had a Bottas-like start, but somehow managed to get in the way.
Yeah, just all that battling that Rocco, Darry and Nathan had been doing just allowed him to get back in within penalty range, because of course he didn't have a penalty. And of course we all seen what just happened there a moment ago with Nathan and Rocco coming together. But yeah, after all that, Tin Can absolutely masterful strategy on the safety car pitting for those wets before it fully caved down. Same for Rocco. They weren't exactly near the front when that happened, but Tin Can takes the win in the feature race, and then just followed by Rocco. Campbell, Darry unfortunately getting that damage at the end, but it didn't lose him any positions. Nathan down to 5th, Farrell Furry 6th, Wooter 7th, Zoidema quiet racing 8th, B Morgan after a spin managed to get himself back up to 9th, Lars in 10th, XL Cali drops down to 11th, then Larkin in 12th after picking up damage, Aizen in 13th, Dear Tim in 14th, Jordan 15th, Alex 16th, Ibo 17th, James 18th, and Verstappen of course having that crack with Rocco finished 19th. So Rocco was in the wars there, so the stewards might want to have a talk with Rocco, because he's had two incidents there with one of them crashing out completely and one losing a lot of places and a lot of time.
Yeah, that grid is mixed. It is a very, very mixed grid. So this is going to be interesting. Nathan in 5th. Is he going to lose his... Well, 4th it will be, of course. Will he lose his head a bit? Will that affect him on the restart? Because you would think, by my reckoning, there's going to be no one that's massively quick ahead. He just needs to keep his cool, but yeah, whether he does or not is a very different proposition. Zodema up there, who he's never qualified first in his life, I don't think. So.
Not in about 5 years, I don't think. Honestly, I can't remember the last time Zodema has taken a pole position valiantly and not cut the reverse grid. It must have been, yeah, back in the D3 days, I guess, when he won the championship then. That's a long time ago. I think that's like, what, season 1, season 2 maybe? It's a very long time ago. But
yeah, BC,
yeah.
I think.
You can't talk. You can't talk. But a couple of drivers have gone on to different tyres, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Get it on eventually. But yeah, a few gone for hard, a few gone for soft. So a couple of guys, a lot of guys actually going bold, going to try and take the softs the whole race. I think that might be a bit of a challenge. Oh, it's raining in 5 minutes, says Killer Blue. So there's more rain. So again, watch out for the guys on the soft tyres, as James has been disqualified again. I'm trying not to laugh, James. I do apologise.
We've got to cheer him on this race. We were quite harsh. He's not enjoying. I don't think he loves the rain. So
Viva la James. Viva la James.
the James Fosey.
James Fosey.
We'll see what happens here. You know, in the greatest will of the world, I want Nathan to get absolutely wrecked off the start, and then we might have a fun race, seeing him battle back through the field on wet.
Yeah, well, Nathan's gonna be swamped at the start of the race with all the soft runners around him. He's got to watch out because he's not gonna get a good getaway at all. And we've seen like the likes of Campbell at the start of the feature race had struggled really on the hard when he's stuck around soft tires. So especially expect the same from Nathan. His head is already gonna be boiling after the Rocco incident, so he's probably not gonna be in no mood to be battling guys on the soft tires.
No, and Verstappen at the back. Let's see what he can do, getting through the back end of the grid.
Yeah,
plenty of people out of place.
Yes, there is, and we finally all line up on the grid for the sprint race. It's 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights for the sprint. They're held very long once again, and it's lights out, and away we go. Nathan gets a really good start actually compared to Wooter. Nathan's had a great start there. Wooter hasn't moved, and Nathan's already up into P3 as Farrell Furry goes into the back of Zoidema straight away, so he's not having just didn't expect the over grip that he had on those soft tires, and he's going to have to run on the Dabs driver up into the hills of turn 3. He's going to have to go the long way around. Nathan's having a look as well. Surely he's not going to try and make it 3 wide. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Ooh, he gets very close. Farrell Furry is ghosted, so I'm not sure what's happened there. As a 3 wide in the midfield, but yeah, Nate has had a great start, and now he's side by side with Farrell Furry. Farrell Furry's lost a couple of positions here, and here comes Campbell. He's going to go round to the outside turn 4. Zoidema does not have the grip at the moment on those hard tyres, but yeah, Campbell just couldn't get the car slowed down enough. I think he's going to be able to have the inside line, and that's going to give him the position up into P1 as they're still side by side, as Zoidema gets hit in the back. Under 3 wide. Ooh, Nathan's hit Zoidema. How has he not spun? There's drivers going left and right of them. That is incredible, as I think Morgan has gone clean around the outside of Nathan as well, and they're still side by side. I don't think Nathan's going to be able to hold it around the outside of 9. Surely not. Surely this is Morgan's corner. He's going to try it anyway. Morgan gives him a bit of a squeeze. He's still side by side. Can they hold it together, Ben? Ooh, that's yeah. It's like I said. Oh, someone in the background has a spin. That's dear Tim, and he's out of the race. Is that going to be a safety car? Chaotic start to this race. It is a safe. No, VSC. Okay, VSC. Let's all breathe. Let's take a moment as Jordan gets a 5-second time penalty. But yeah, Nathan wasn't pulling any punches there, was he?
No, and then Morgan kind of said, well, if you're not going to give me the space round turn 10, I'm not going to give you space round turn 11.
Yeah.
So it was one of them. I think it was a revenge dive from Morgan a little bit, and it's not really worked for him, unfortunately. He's lost a place to Wouter, and the soft runners will be happy with this VSC.
Yeah.
Cool it down. They can get a better restart. The tyres will be better, and they should be able to fly off.
Yep, and yeah, just Nathan's got to keep an eye on the drives behind between Wouter and Morgan. He's had a good start, but he is on those hard tyres, at least favourable ones compared to everyone around him. He's second highest hard runner. Of course, Zoidema was up in pole position, but him and Nathan had a little bit of contact, which had him in the half spin and lost him a few positions. I don't think anyone's going to pit, especially if rain is on the way. But it's a long VSC, so drivers want to make sure they don't speed under the VSC or get a drive through, and that will be the race is over. It's quite easy to happen as we do go green. No driving under the VSC or speeding under the VSC, so all good as Campbell is now checked out. Gap 1 second, Nathan 1.2 behind Farrell Furry, and this is Wilter's best chance, I think. If he wants to get past Nathan, he needs to do it now, because the longer the race goes on, the better those hard tires are going to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nathan obviously is not in DRS range as well, so that is going to be crucial for him to. He needs to get it done ASAP, realistically. If not, this DRS zone, the end of turn 1.
Yeah, as Zuidema is trying to get the move done on B Morgan, couldn't get it done. Now Rocco's going to have a look around the outside. Is he going to be able to hold it around turn number 4 on those soft tires? I think he is. I don't think Dan or Zuidema is going to have enough grip on those hard tires, and he's going to have the inside line for 7. I think this is going to be his corner. Yes, it is. It's deja vu all over again. Larkin's going to have a look as well. Yes, he is. He's going to get through as well. So those hard tires are not working at all. Nathan's the only one that seems to be able to make them work at the moment, but he's got Wilter all over the back of him. And I think with DRS now, Wilter's going to have a great chance to get the move done and move himself up into P3.
Yeah, I feel like they need to check out. Campbell needs to get as far away as possible, because at some point, if that rain does come, he's going to be unstoppable. So just pull the gap while you can. It's going to be kind of chicken and egg as to when this rain happens. The soft runners need it to happen sooner rather than later, and the hard runners want it to just play out a little bit. But it's really getting dark again.
Yeah, I think rain is on the way. I think there is supposed to be some sort of rain coming soon, as Wilter is all over the back of Nathan. He didn't get close enough for turn 3 as Rocco in behind gets past Morgan, and he's going to move himself up into P5. Is Wilter going to be close enough to get back ahead of Nathan? No, he isn't, after losing his spot after a poor start of the race. He didn't really gain anything on him. I think Larkin and B Morgan are both going at it as well. Not as Larkin now up into P6, making a bit of amends for his mistake in the feature race. He's been promoted to D1 in F1 now, so this probably going to be his only time he's ever going to score points now for the rest of the season. So he's got to enjoy these F2 races, because I think he's not going to have great fun on a Saturday night. But nonetheless, moving back to the front of the field, we have Wilter still not really putting any pressure on Nathan. It's 5-10, so he picks up a penalty. It's manageable for Nathan at the moment. Wilter isn't putting him under all kinds of pressure where he has to look in his mirrors, change the lines or anything. He can still take all his racing lines. I think Larkin is the one making moves at the moment. He's having a look on Rocco. He's not going to be close enough into 1 as he set the fast lap of the race, but he is absolutely flying right now, and he surely is going to make the move up the hill, down into 3, up into 3, sorry, not down to 3, up the 3. And yeah, Rocco's going to have nothing to defend himself with, as he has no DRS at all. So this is going to be an easy move for Larkin, and he moves himself up into P5 of race. So he is absolutely flying on those soft tires. Rocco's going to try and hold though around the outside. Who's going to get DRS? I think Rocco's picked the DRS up there. Yes, he has, and that's allowed him to get back past Larkin. Is Larkin going to try and send it down inside 4? No, he's going to hold back. So Rocco playing that smart to get the DRS for the second run down the straight. But yeah, Larkin seems to be one of the quicker drives on the grid at the moment, but Nathan's holding Farrell Furry and Campbell within reach, at least, especially if the rain doesn't come.
Absolutely, and this is a great battle between Rocco and the man who has got the least deserved promotion since Harry Kane made his brother his agent.
I mean, I'm not going to argue about it. I don't think he'd be too happy with it, but yeah, he's all over the back of Rocco, who he'll be, of course, racing in D1 in Formula 1. I say racing, he'd probably be getting lapped by him, but here comes Larkin now up into turn 1. Rain is starting to fall now, so we're not going to be too far out from a bit of wet tyres, as here comes Larkin now. Rocco losing all out of shape of turn number 1, and that's going to allow Larkin to get the move done and move himself up into P5. Look at Morgan coming on like a freight train down the inside of Rocco, who has no DRS. Is Morgan going to get the move done? He goes deep. Yes, he is going to squeeze Rocco out. We see that a lot at turn 3 in real life, and they're both going to have DRS as well, so it's going to prevent Rocco getting the move back ahead of Morgan, as he didn't have the DRS advantage. So nice move on Morgan there after getting a bit out of losing his head a little bit with Nathan. He's managed to control himself there and get a nice move on Rocco, move himself up into P6. But it was just a matter of when these guys switch onto the wet tyres now. I don't think it'd be too long, as Nathan's all over the back of Farrell Furry. So those soft tyres have not lasted long at all.
No, they're not. And you think naturally the stuff should be working better in these conditions. So you would assume the hard runners hit earlier.
Tin Can's out. I think Morgan's had a spin and Tin Can's hit him. Safety car.
0 to 0. Have they missed their chance?
You got a pit.
They have. The front
runners. Yeah, they've been screwed over again.
And the SC is not already out. It's very slow to come out. So they've been saved because they will go to a delta to a degree.
Yeah.
But I think the field was bunched enough.
I think it's going to be close.
I think it's going to be very close, actually. I think someone like Rooter and Nathan might fall out, but Campbell
I think he'd be
could
okay.
be enough time.
Yeah, I think that delta might help them a little bit. I think the wet runners will gain something, I think, but it wouldn't be as much if the safety car had caught the leaders, just came at the wrong time, didn't allow the safety car to catch the pack. So they're all stuck on a delta at the moment. So in theory, that balances everything out. No one gains an advantage. But of course, if you're gaining a pit stop under a safety car, you're going to gain something of an advantage. So I'd expect all the guys to pit as well. Campbell being the first one. So yeah, if the safety car had come out just a little bit before that and caught the front runners, that would have been very messy for them again after getting as far as Furry and Nathan have made contact.
How?
They're nowhere near each other.
Apart.
Yeah, and Nathan hasn't got a pen for that either. That's very strange. Both drivers usually get a penalty for that. That is really strange, and they're all coming into the pits now. But yeah, that's a strange one, because usually if they make contact, both of them pick up a pen, but only Farrell Furry, and he's going to have to serve that. I don't think actually he can serve it right now under a safety car, so he might get away with that. I don't think he can serve penalties under a safety car. So oh no, never mind. He's serving it right now. So yeah, that tells everything I need to know about F2. But they're all going onto the wet tires. And where are the guys that pitted first? I think Larkin was one of the first guys to pit onto those wet tires. Is he gonna gain anything? It's gonna be close, you know. It's gonna. I think he is. I think he really is gonna gain a couple of positions here.
I think he was running in fifth.
He's gonna get Farrell. He's gonna get Furry, I think, because of 5 seconds. Is he? Yes, he is. Oh, just about.
Did he lose out?
I don't think he gained anything. I don't think he gained anything.
Sorry, Verstappen and Alex are still out, so...
Oh, wow.
No,
wow.
Because I was confused as to why he dropped down to 6th. But this is interesting. They're not stopping.
It doesn't look too wet, to be honest. The track has still got that, you can just, that dry line sort of vibe. I don't know how to describe it, but look, the track looks dry. And if it's a case of it's just raining for a couple of laps and then drying out again, maybe they've made the right call, because it doesn't seem to be coming down heavy as it did in the feature race. But still, it's a very bold call to stay out on the dry tyres and do 14 laps on a set of softs. So Verstappen's really put himself in a bit of a tough situation here. I don't expect him to fight Campbell too much, but after that, I think he's going to try and get the elbows out and try and hold up everyone as much as he can.
Ibo, this is your engineer, box for dries. Might as well give it a go. If I'm back there, I'm 100% doing that. If I was Jordan, to be honest. But this is odd, yeah, because the weather is it's nowhere near as drastic as what it was in the last race. So this could be, particularly from Verstappen, I think Alex is going to struggle on those halves.
Yeah.
But this could be a bit of a masterstroke, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to have to wait, because it really doesn't seem to be coming down. Like, the dry line is still there. There's not that greasy look of the track when you know it's wet and the changeover period. If you're a driver, you know yourself you can just see it on the track. It doesn't seem to have that glare. It still seems to be quite dry, the track itself. So it'd be interesting to see if it does ever actually go fully wet. So either Verstappen's played a blinder here, or he's made an absolute fool of himself. As James and Morgan went back onto dries, interestingly enough. So maybe it isn't wet enough.
Well, this is it. Is the safety car in this lap? It seems like it's not.
No, I think it'll be next lap.
Are more and more people going to change their mind? It's still very dry.
It really, yeah, it doesn't look anywhere near wet enough for full wets. Like, those tyres are probably going to overheat a lot. You could maybe get away with this on intermediates, but of course they don't have intermediates in Formula 2. They only have full wet tyres, and they can...
Rocco's in.
Yeah,
Damon's in.
Yeah. I don't think... They're all coming back in. They're all pitting back for dry tyres. It's not wet enough. It is not wet enough right now. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Pitting for dry tyres when it's raining. I've never seen this before, ever. And they're all going on to soft tyres. They're going to be rapid.
Morgan pit for hards. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
He must have had damage.
A couple guys have gone for softs, a couple guys gone for hards. A bit of a split on that. But this is going to be a very interesting restart, because if the dry tyres are the working tyre, then the top 8, well, top 6 of the 8 over top 8 are all on the wrong tyre, and there's going to be an absolute train of cars trying to get past them and make their way up. This has got chaos written all over this, I think, when the safety car finally does come in, which I think it will at the end of this lap.
I've never seen softs, hards and wets. I've never seen that.
On a wet track as well. Oh my god.
I feel like Campbell. Well, this is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alex is going to be the real acid test. It is getting wetter. If you look at the floor, I can see some just marbles of water.
Yeah. God, if they've made the decision to pit and now it gets wet again, they've absolutely. And Verstappen isn't slowing down. He's pushing that safety car right. Look at the safety car. He is not waiting for that safety car to come in. He is trying to keep as much temperature in those tyres as well. So let's get on board with Campbell.
Is that illegal? It's nearly illegal.
Yeah, if you overtook it, that was very close to overtaking the safety car before it came into the pits. But Verstappen pulled away a little bit on Campbell. So let's get on board with Campbell and let's see what the gaps are looking like. It looks pretty even at the moment. It's even. It's pretty even. We'll look further down the field. James is on the back of Dari. James is the leading, or the third driver on the dry tyres. Let's see if he can make a few moves and get himself up a couple of positions. But like Campbell, James going to have a look on Dari, so feels like he has the grip. And Morgan behind him is going to have a look at James. Gets all out of shape at turn 3, though he's lost the momentum, and that's going to let Morgan go by. And is Morgan going to try and get the move done on Dari? I don't think he's going to be close enough, is he? He's going to send it. He's going to have a look down into 4. Look there, yeah, it's dry tyres. Campbell's falling away. Campbell is falling away. So this is, wow, this is going to be waiting. You see these guys come through the field. I think B. Morgan is the guy to watch at the moment, because Campbell is falling away from Verstappen. Gap over a second now as B. Morgan trying to get past Farrell Furry. Is he going to be able to do it? Look, Farrell Furry just has no grip and pitted onto those wet tyres. You think would have been the right decision, but it's been a disaster from all those guys, and Darius going to go a bit wide there. He's going to squeeze Morgan, but Morgan goes clean around the inside of 9, and Farrell Furry's going to try and hold it down the inside of 10, but I don't think he's going to have the grip to do that. I think Morgan's going to cut across him once he gets ahead. He's still enough there, but I don't think Farrell Furry's going to be able to send it down the inside of turn 1. He's going to try it. That's a bold. Yeah, that's not going to work out. And Morgan rightfully cutting him off.
Oh God, they're in, and Darry's out, Farrell Fury's round, and the James Fosey are going absolutely mad in the crowd as he moves up to 8th place.
He's absolutely flying right now, and he's got 4 more drivers on the wet tyres to overtake.
Nathan with a robust move on Alex out front, who I'd love to see pick up some good points. He's had some bad luck in this F2 division from what I've seen of him, but it's looking like Verstappen's, isn't it, realistically?
Yeah, it is. Unless it gets really wet, Alex and Woot are going at it. Unless it gets really wet again, I don't think Campbell can do anything about Verstappen as Woot sends down the inside. It's interesting though, it seems to be Nathan and Woot are making the wets work, but no one else is. It's very strange. Nathan seems to have decent pace on the wet tyres, but no one else, as B. Morgan is all over the back of Larkin. He sniffs a podium here. At least a podium here. He's got only a handful of laps to do it though, but they're all on old. Well, Alex is on old hards, and the rest of them are on wet tyres, and it's not a wet enough track. And look at the grip he has through the front. DRS enabled, so that just shows it. That just shows it is not wet enough for these guys, and B. Morgan's got a great chance of nicking a podium here.
I think so, and Larkin is struggling, and as I say that, he picks himself up a time spin as Rita and Alex goes through. Really, this could be huge. Alex could pick up a podium here if one of these two if it goes way more south on those wets.
B. Morgan trying to go around the other side of turn 3. Larkin gave him an almighty squeeze on the entry. He's trying to hold on for dear life on those wet tyres. But B Morgan, I think he's going to be able to get the move done now, down into 4. I just think he's going to have the grip on those tyres. I don't think Larkin's going to try and go brake very late into 4 to make a bit of contact, a bit of rear locking as well. Larkin has spun into the infield, and that's going to not do him any favours. He's really had torrid luck this round. He's not been able to score anywhere decent points that we normally see from him. But yeah, Morgan, he has to do a job to catch a Nathan. But if he can get past Wouter and Alex on this lap, or the end of this lap, he have a great chance. He's only going to go one more lap, so it's going to be an almighty task. I think P4 is the best he can do at the moment. I don't think he can get any higher, to be honest.
Yeah, and I'd just like to congratulate Larkin on his promotion after being 10th in D2 to being overtaken by
Verstappen's dropped it! Verstappen's dropped it!
Oh.
From the lead, he's dropped out of the final corner. Oh my god, no! And he's stuck. He's just... no, you can't believe he's on the last lap. He's absolutely... And look at the front field. Wouter, Rocco, B Morgan, Alex, they're all fighting for this podium position now. Morgan's going to try and get the run on Alex. He's going to try and get ahead, but Rocco's right there as well. Rocco's going to send it. Oh, what a lunge. He locks up. There's 3 wide. There's almighty contact. There's 4 wide now. This is absolutely crazy.
Oh, no.
Look at this. No, he's lost on a straight. Alex is hit into the back of James. Was it James?
James Head. James Head.
The James Folsey are absolutely loving this right now. He's in P5. Morgan's got a penalty. Rocco's got a penalty. He's not close enough to Rocco, I don't think. Or is he? He is close enough to Rocco. So he's going to get P4 here. He's got to be so close to the podium. Oh no, he has a penalty himself. So never mind. Sorry, he can't even get that. He has a penalty himself. But can Nathan steal it? No, he has a penalty anyway. How has Campbell won this race? How's he won this race?
Eisen is pushing the neighbour around, who I think has damage off the back of that. But I tell you what, James, if you could just keep it out there, if Eisen and
Campbell wins. Campbell wins. Somehow Campbell wins, and Nathan comes second. Rocco in third. B Morgan jumps to third. James Head, the Fozy go mental. P5. No, he drops down to P7. What happened?
I feel so sorry for Alex.
Yeah.
Alex must be gutted. I genuinely cannot believe that. And I tell you what, Campbell has made some progress on his title rival tonight.
They are, and they're still fighting here. Farrell Ferry and Jordan. Farrell Ferry trying to go round the outside. Is he going to be able to do it? Yes, what a move at turn 9. He's managed to get ahead for P13. It means absolutely nothing other than pride. But he's done it. Relentless on top. I mean, Relentless Farrell Ferry won. In the Relentless battle, Farrell Ferry won. Jordan 0. But wow, and Verstappen, he has a puncher as well. This goes bad to worse.
He's getting lapped.
He's not even retiring. He's going to bring it home.
Oh my god.
He spun.
He's slower than a blonde in treacle. He can't do anything.
To make it even better, he's in Dan Ticktum's car as well. Oh, what a race.
Can he beat the clock? He's got 136. If he's listening, what do you reckon? I think it's going to be tight.
This can't be close. I don't think he's going to be able to. I think the track is wet as well right now.
Anyone in the chat, is he going to beat the time? Yes, one for yes, 2 for no.
I think he'll do it. No, actually, I don't think he will. I don't think he will. After leading for a majority of the race, making that mistake at the final quarter and spin, he spun again. He's reversed. He's reversed.
He's
this is the content.
He's gone backwards more than my Uncle Terry's career, and this guy is absolutely... He's struggling. He's trying not to DNF.
He's
if he gets me he's stuck. Okay, he's got 43 seconds. This is squeaky bum time now.
No, he's not doing this.
It's all downhill. That's the only benefit. It's all downhill from here. If he can get, you just need to watch your line. Watch it. Don't touch the curb. Whatever you do.
Oh
dear. Don't touch anything.
Nah, he's done. That's the greatest 2 minutes of entertainment I've ever had. Commentating.
He's cooked.
Oh,
clock
give us a
has
few
beaten.
donuts. Give us a few donuts. Uh,
Oh,
oh my
dear.
days. The Jane
Even when he was
Fossey
doing
absolutely
German.
going mad. He's in the chat.
And
Redemption.
James Fossey. He didn't know what my mechanics were thinking. Please tell me that he accidentally put on hards. That's even.
That's even better.
If he accidentally put on hards, that is up there, isn't it? Like,
Oh,
yeah,
that is
pick the phones out of
incredible.
that.
Oh my god. Wow. And then after all that, QVR Campbell takes home the win. Wow. And then I think, I can't remember who got on the podium with him. Bear with me. Nathan and
B.
God,
Morgan.
B. Morgan, sorry, yeah. My mind's just gone after watching Verstappen. Need to pull myself together here. But Campbell wins.
It was a mad one. It was a mad one. Zadema down to 6th. I think Eisen did very well from 13th from the grid to come
Yeah.
fifth. James Head. There we are. The man who spends his time commentating in D1, beating the newly promoted D1 driver, XL Larkin.
The James Fossey, absolutely love it.
The James Fossey indeed do absolutely love it. Larkin getting beat by someone in D3, someone from the Czech Republic and a commentator. Kind of sums it up. Well done, mate. Ruto in 9th, Alex in 10th, Lars in 11th, 12th, Farrell Fury, Jordan Ibo, Verstappen, well done, 16th and 19th, driver of the day, Darry, Tin Can and Lunder Tim.
Whoa, that was something else, and that's just F2 every week, I guess.
I think, yeah, I mean...
That was incredible. I think the big thing to take away from this is, on a serious note, that Nathan has lost a lot in these two races compared to Campbell anyway, so the championship isn't over yet. I'm not entirely sure how much he's gained by, but he's gained by a decent amount. Well, I think we've got a good few rounds to go still, so still plenty to play for. So Nathan, of all, even though he's been dominating for a lot of the season, Campbell's always been right there with him, so he's not being pulled away as much. But this week it was Nathan or Campbell's turn to start gaining on Nathan, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on next week. I think it's Portimao next week, so that'll be a very interesting race. I think that'll be the first time a lot of those guys have driven F2 cars on that track, so it'll be very interesting indeed. But any final words, Mark, before we call it?
If you think that was a disaster, wait till you go back to the general chat.
I've heard some things. I think it's been a long day, so I'm going to wrap this things up there, guys. Thank you very much for all tuning in and watching Formula 2. Same time next week, every Monday at 7 o'clock, so be sure to tune in and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But I've been Gary, and it's been a pleasure to have Mark alongside me. Until next time, peace.